So there's opportunity. Blockchain has real opportunity to kind of come under this world of finance and maybe do some things better. So what is blockchain technology? These are my words, but they're sort of picked from the literature and so forth. It verifiably moves data on a decentralized network. And the economics of blockchain technology are really around that. Verification and the economics of verification and the economics of networking. My world, finance, this directly goes to the plumbing of finance, because finance is fundamentally about moving money and risk through a network. And that network is the 7 billion people that live on this world. It's moving money and risk. And you've all taken finance courses, or many of you have, and it's the intermediation of money and risk throughout our economy. And I always think finance, I've thought this when I was at Goldman Sachs for 18 years, that finance sits at the neck of an hourglass. And it's why it collects so much economic rents from society, because when you sit at the neck of an hourglass and billions, literally trillions of grains of sand go by, if you collect some of those grains of sand, you get uber wealth. And those are for other classes, but finance can collect a lot of economic rents. And these are, to me, the opportunities. Finance is 7.5% of the US economy. That's $1.5 trillion of revenues. So any of you that are thinking about entrepreneurial opportunities, the payment system just here in the US is 0.5% to 1% of our economy. That's $100 to $200 billion of revenues. I think Visa is about 18 billion. Just to, but when you add up the whole payment system, that's 100 to 200 billion dollars in payment revenues. A modern payment system, you need to be able to move about 100,000 payments a second. A modern securities clearing, the Depository Trust Corporation, the Securities and Exchange Commission says, you do about 30,000 transactions a second, but we need you to scale, and your computers and everything have to be resilient to 100,000 transactions a second. Bitcoin, you can do about 7 transactions a second. Visa currently, depends on the second, does anywhere from 20 to 70,000 a second. But I am one who thinks that there's also so much economic rents in the financial system, that $1.5 trillion of revenues, or 7.5% of our economy, or just 200 billion in the payment systems, for instance, that there may be times that you don't really need a decentralized system, but it just might be your opportunity to tuck in underneath all of those economic rents and all those revenues.